good. I'm gonna show you how to make this today. Okay, first things first, dude. I'm going to torch this jalapeno, whatever the f you wanna call these things. I'm gonna torch it up. And then once it's torched up like this, all I'll do is I'll just toss it into the oven, and then I will brunoise it and be left with something like this. That's gonna go into our gnocchi dough. So in a pot, going to add in all of my stuff for the gnocchi dough. I've got about 170 grams of H2O, about 85 grams of good old butter, a healthy amount. And then salt, I usually just do a pinch of salt, Matt size pinch of salt. And then I could toss in the jollies. And now we're going to just bring this guy up. Once it's melted, we'll get to the next part. Stay tuned for that. Now what I do is I'll crack my eggs beforehand into a separate vessel because we gotta work quickly with our eggs. So I'm doing 3 whole eggs. Now once this is fully melted over here, I've got my flour measured out, about 155 grams of AP flour. That goes in. Once that goes in, immediately I drop to medium heat. And then I keep cooking on medium heat for about, I don't know, like a minute, 2 minutes, just to cook off that flour taste, just like when you're cooking a roux. Since this is a small batch, I'm gonna do all of it in the pot. Usually I'll take a mixer, like a KitchenAid stand mixer, and do it in there once it's past this stage. But since it's such a small batch, like I don't need to do that. I'll show you right now. This is all gonna be in the pot. That's our consistency we're looking for there. Now I turn the heat off, and then what I can begin to do is just start mixing in the eggs one at a time. Usually you do this in a stand mixer, makes your life easier, but since it's such a small batch, I figure why not do it by hand, show you guys by hand. The reason why I do the eggs one at a time is because you don't want to cool that dough down. If you cool that dough down too quickly, then this is not gonna be a nice consistency. So we gotta work quick here. So if you can't mix it fast, I would suggest using a mixer. All right, dude, so do you know what this type of dough is called? This pasta dough?
No.
No? This is called a pâte choux. Now this is a very versatile dough. We can use it for gnocchi. We can use it to make a puff pastry. We can make eclairs with it, you know, so you could do sweet and savory. And yeah, it's only a few ingredients, right? We got the water, butter, flour, eggs, pretty much it. Add whatever stuffing you want. I did jalapenos this time. I've done garlic, I've done charcoal, I've done charred leeks. I've done so much stuff. So this is what we got. Now I gotta put it into a piping bag. Get yourself a piping bag like so. If you don't have one of these guys, you could just use one of these guys right here, put it in there and then just cut that tip. And there we go, here's our gnocchi ready to go. Make sure to work with it while it's hot. Now we're just gonna cut the tip. You can do pretty much any size you want. Be mindful. I mean, the farther you go down, the bigger it's gonna be, the longer it's gonna take to cook. So I like to do like a Rolo size. Probably go like this. Could probably get away with that. Maybe a little bigger. And then I'm gonna use an offset spatula. This is a very handy tool for cooks and chefs. Really good for plating things, spreading stuff. And gnocchi, Parisian gnocchi in particular, really great tool. If you don't have this, use a butter knife, that'll work too. Next, you wanna salt your water very well. Always salt your water like the ocean with pasta. And then we're gonna bring this up to a simmer. You see this, Michael? We don't want that. We don't want a rolling boil. If it's a rolling boil, the gnocchi's gonna start like agitating too much and it's gonna break apart. It's gonna look like shit. We don't want that. So we want a good simmer. Now what I'm gonna do is sort of rest this. Make sure to have pressure right here. A little twisty twist. Rest this on the side. Check this out. Just like that. Just slide it down. Of course, just take your time. Obviously, if you haven't done this before, just go slow, nice and slow. I'm not quite like pushing it out and doing this. I'm kind of just sliding against it. So push it out and then just slide. That's what I'm doing. Just like sliding down. That's my motion right there. Now you're gonna probably be asking, how do you know when they're done? Once they float, I give them a couple of minutes and then they're done. See how these are floating already? I'll give that a minute or two. Then over here, I've got a sheet tray, a little bit of olive oil down on that. And this is where they're gonna land. This is my landing pad. There we go, those are done. Onto our tray of oil. And look at that, you've just made Parisian gnocchi, congratulations. Now what we do, we toss this into the fridge, let it cool off completely. Then once they're completely cooled off, I can put them into a container, pull out as many as I want at a time, and we'll cook them off like that. See that? That's nice and firm right now. Good to go. Now we're gonna do croutons. I've got some chocopan. Whatever bread is fine. Just good old little slices. Onto a tray. What I have here is just some leftover garlic butter. I'm just gonna do that, a little garlic butter. And we just toast these off in the oven until they're nice and GBD like this. Beautiful. Then we could just store these in a container like that, airtight, and they should hold for a couple days. Okay, so for this cheese sauce, we went ahead and did pepper jack cheese because we're doing a Philly cheesesteak style, and the pepper jack already has these peppers in there, just like a Philly. So what I'm gonna do for that is, I've got milk. This is whole milk, 2 cups of that. And then I have sodium citrate right here. This is gonna act as the thickener for our cheese sauce so we don't have to utilize a roux. It's gluten-free now, so I could put that in there. I have to put it in there first with that while we bring it up so we can hydrate it. This stuff needs to be hydrated, which basically means we need to bring it up to a simmer with the milk. Let that come up. Once it comes to a simmer, we're tossing in the cheese. Once this comes to a simmer like this, toss in your cheese, turn the heat off all the way, cover it. Let that sit for I don't know, 5-10 minutes. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll blend it with the stick blender. But before I'll do that, I'll season it with some salt. And most importantly, rice wine vinegar. It could be any type of vinegar. I use this one because it's not as strong. About a tablespoon of that. The reason being is it'll make it smoother. If you don't do this, your cheese sauce is gonna be chunky and no one's gonna like you. So we want people to like you, so add it in there. Now, as this stuff sits, you can tell right now, it looks fairly thin, but as it sits, it thickens up. That's the beauty of the sodium citrate. Sometimes it'll get so thick that you might need to add some water to thin it out. It's really just to your preference, how you like it, thinner, thicker, whatever. This is also a perfect macaroni and cheese sauce. I'm telling you, it's great. All right, what I'll do now is I'll just take some onion. Here's some of the onion that I have left over. Thin slices here and there, and then some pepper. These are just sweet peppers. You can also use like bell pepper. If you want jalapeno, make it spicier. Some oil down. Now we're cooking, okay? We're cooking this stuff. So first, got my peppers, onions going. A little salt. Here is a New York strip. I already shaved some thin like that right there. I'll just sort of push these over to the side a little bit and then toss that in. Got some salt and then a heavy amount of peppercorn mix. There we go. Philly cheesesteak, set that aside. Now for the gnocchi. Get a pan, some oil down. I'm using rice oil, by the way, in case you happen to care about that stuff. Let that get hot. Now what I'm doing is I'm just getting a sear on our fluffy little pillows here. I'll season them with some salt as well. There we go, beautiful, crunchy, fluffy little pillows. Parisian gnocchi, ready. Cheese down on the plate first. Good old puddle of cheese, why not? Then next up, we could put our cereal down. Cereal before milk. Let's put the whole thing, why not? You guys get it yet? It's a Philly cheesesteak. More cheese drizzle. Then our breadcrumbs. Then some chives. A lot of people commenting down below when I said chives. If you guys don't get it, these are chives, if you need me to tell you. These are chives. I just sprinkle that all over. And there we go, we call it a Philly cheesesteak, right? I'd fuck that up. Would you fuck that up?
Hell yeah.
There we go, Philly cheesesteak in a pasta form. Actually, that's a really great thumbnail right there, huh? Philly cheese. Oh, yeah. Here, try that.
Thank you.
That's so good.